be a disobedient man to help get that heart. We say, man, very few people. But he was Caucasian. Your request is denied. Repeat after me. Say, devil, your request is denied. Somebody ought to give God some praise. I won't be long. You can be seated, but closing this part of this series, the lesson that God had us dealing with, I want you to understand that you live in a spiritual world and you have an enemy. And the Bible talks about, and we don't have much time to go, how he come to kill, steal, and destroy. And if you notice the text, we've been studying how they just had a great victory. The brother was dead, and God came and raised him up. And some of you had some shortcomings, some struggles, some disappointment, but God came and will pull you up and raise you out that situation. Now, a real saved church would have gave God a hand clap right there. And soon after that happened, they went and made a supper to thank Jesus for what he has done. Some of us need to go to the point we have a spirit of gratitude. Because we know nobody brought us what? But God. Anybody grateful for what God has done? Out of this spirit of gratitude, it makes me want to start serving. Not only makes me want to start serving, it makes me want to start communion with God. That's what it means. I'm so thankful for what he has done. I'm going to serve, but I'm going to what? Fellowship also. Am I right about that? Don't you mind fellowship with God since God has been so good to you? But it moves from that to Judas was sitting there, but he didn't say a word, but sometimes the devil get fed up of us. Oh, okay, y'all living in fun. If you stay on your course and you learn how to serve God, you learn how to commune with God, the next thing you're going to do, you're going to build up a relationship where you want to worship God. See, folks didn't have to tell you to come to church if you realize I'm grateful for what God has done. So Mary came in the midst of this house, in the midst of a crowd of people, and she started to worship God. How she did it, she gave him some tears, and every now and then when I worship, sometimes I must cry. Deliver me from folk that all stuck up, don't want to get themselves messed up with God. She went in and she started using her hair. And the ointment she had was very costly. Most folks think they can bring God what they want to bring. The best response you get from God when you bring God your best. Y'all get that? That's why when it's time to worship God, I can't be too cool. But when the football man scored a touchdown, I'm giving everybody a high five. How long it took you to put your makeup on? I'm just glad God woke me up. I'm just glad God gave me another chance. I'm just glad God spared my life. I was dead, sleeping in my grave, and God came and pulled me up. I owe God something. Does anybody feel like you owe God? You ought to give God some praise. But when you really get saved and know God does something for you, you want to lift your hands and give some angels a high five. You want to raise that to the Holy Ghost. I have anybody here? Anybody don't mind praising God? Anybody don't mind lifting your hands up for God? Give God some praise if you really. Hold on, while y'all standing, let me tell you what happened. In the midst of this, Judas was sitting there and he got fed up. Someone ain't tell you yet, but if he done anything for you, take a moment and give him some praise. Come on. Now watch this here. Watch this here. Soon she finished worship. The devil made a request. Somebody been fooling you, telling you when you got to church, he's going to lay off on you. The more you push yourself to give to God, the more he's going to push himself to come after you. And let me tell you something. If he could come and make a request right now in the midst of Jesus, and also he made a request to Jesus. Who are you? Now watch this here. If he could come to Jesus, the Savior, the Son of God, who was here at the beginning of time, if he can come to him, surely I got to understand he can come to us. Okay. If he's not afraid to go to the Son of God, who didn't have some power but had what? All power. Surely who are you when the devil can't come to you? Okay, 4th chapter. Matthew, y'all there? Then was Jesus led, first verse, up of the spirit unto the wilderness to be what? Tempted of the devil. 2nd verse. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was after hungry. 3rd verse. And when the tempter came, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command these, come on, stones to be what? Hold on. My argument, my point I just made is that if he could come to Jesus, he came to Jesus, didn't he? And sometimes he comes to you when it's time to worship and when it's time to pray. See, if you be a prayer life, the devil will always come and try to interrupt your prayer life because he understands prayer brings you power. He understands when you bring you worship, it giving God praise. And the more you worship God, the more his glory comes on. So he comes in the midst of Jesus. When Jesus in prayer, come right there and start trying to tempt Jesus and give Jesus a request. And you got to understand, you cannot obey every request that the devil gives you. You got it? You got to understand that if he shoot a request at Jesus, he's going to what? Shoot one at you. The Bible says, cast down every vein of their imagination. That's something that comes to you. You got to know it ain't of God. I got to cast that down. Your request is denied. I'm going to serve God. I'm going to praise God. I'm going to bless God. You go out some praise. I don't care how hard it gets. I'm going to hang in there. I don't care how rough it gets. You need to hang in there. Because his request has been denied.